Andrew. Me not talk here little water come out the blaze. Miss hey. Andrew sit down in the hot seat and watch himself as the things them a burn and nobody fi have a Andrew little water fi quench. Andrew sit down there, not a soul fi even pit pan him. Almighty God, me say me shame and I know me sit down there and watch myself. And me when you see that, who said that? Who remember Atlanta housewife? When Portia tell the lie pan Candy, and when them blast Portia sit down there, you know, and know say she has spread the room, and when them plaster Portia, yeah, Portia, who said that? Who said that? Then no Andrew this year, and no Andrew, me say Andrew sit down there, look on the computer screen like you know, remember when he said them a something to the people of the country. And I shall watch Escobar laugh at me. Hey, come here now, me say, Andrew, he down there. And I listen the presentation, you know, and I beat in chest. You want hear Julian, yes man, you find your voice, you find, you want see Andrew go on like. And me say, when Julian present the things them on the screen, there was Andrew wholeness. NHT must be this, and nobody know if you take out NHT money, and I go and carry you to the court. The man so Mama P, you know. Remember how they mash up the economy? Adley Shaw and Bruce Golden wrecked the economy. It was so bad that all Bruce Golden have to resign as Prime Minister. Never have we seen them as something yet. A Prime Minister have to step down. That was how bad the economy was. And when Mama P come in and see the problem when they left the country in, and Mama P look and see say, whole heap of money down at NHT. So me I go use little of the NHT money and stop a gap. Andrew Holness Cha Iron. Left NHT money, hands off of poor people money. Remember him fuck up the country, you know, excuse me language. Remember them mash up the country, you know, and the woman come up with a solution. And when them done at them say them care about Jamaica and choose Jamaica, you know. And the woman find a solution to full a gap created by them. And the man say ma care Mama P ga court, hands off of NHT money, and Andrew Holness have been taking $11.4 billion from NHT every year. Every year. But yet still, in cost Mama P, when Mama P dip in it to fix the mess that he would have created. Jamaica people, that man ya go suffer. Me telling you, say me vision, me dream, say them come for Andrew. Them a go set up Andrew. Joan Gibbs, Bolo, big up yourself, Bolo, Vienna. Me say them a go set up Andrew. Me have one vision the other night. Say they invite Andrew to come a foreign. Yeah, and when Andrew come at the meeting, Andrew no come back out of the meeting. Andrew no come back out of the meeting. Andrew hand in front of him. You know what me say? Andrew and they in front of him. Jamaica people, I want you to listen, right? To Andrew Holness and Julian Robinson. How Julian have fixed him and he just sit down there. Julian have fixed him, you know. And in just sit down there. Listen to how it all unfolded, Jamaica. Listen to this, how it unfolded.
You have found your voice. You have found your voice now. I'm glad you found your voice now. I'm glad you found your voice now. Because I don't know which Andrew Holness are talking to. Whether it's the one now or the one in 2015. The person who was the most vocal was the Prime Minister himself. Right? So I want to read what the Prime Minister said in 2015. Right? And this is not artificially, intelligently created. Okay. This is the real thing. and I quote, "The GLP does not support the use of NHT funds for purposes other than those for which they were intended. The NHT mandate is clear. Contributors' money held in trust at NHT is to be used for the purposes of the promotion of housing and community development. The GLP has always stood in the vanguard where stewardship of NHT funds are concerned. We are the ones who have always defended NHT and protected the interests of contributors, not the least of which are those thousands of Jamaicans who have been making contributions to the NHT and are yet to access a benefit." Dayton, where can I find that person?
What a shame and disgrace in the country. Eh? What a shame. Me said Julian turn. Eh? To Damian Crawford and ask him, where can I find that person? Andrew sit down right there, you know. Cause Andrew Oldness will say them as something here. Eh? Come back now and I do the same thing when beat down Mama P for. Me say the man have to turn to Damien and say, where can I find this man? And the bitch sit down right cross over there, they look on the screen. I wonder if him really say those things. This me say that man ya have his suffer. What me say, brat? Me say him have to suffer. And just sit down there and I look on the screen like everybody else. I wonder if him said them as something a feature. Me wonder if them couldn't advise him not to turn up yesterday. Eh? When you better come to parliament for yesterday, Andrew, come take the embarrassment. Me no understand. Jamaica, can you imagine? This is coming like when you're thief, you know. When you're thief and you take God off of the cross, you know, you're thief, but yet still them a show you yourself per video. When they show you, see, I see you the thief, the same thing, they you still they deny, see, I know, 100 that. 100 this coming like when you're thief and then catch up on camera the thief and you still a deny it. Hey, little me, speak up yourself, Auntie. Maureen Dixon, good afternoon. It was a disgrace. The Jamaica Labour Party was on full display yesterday for all the wrong reasons. It was an embarrassing moment. An embarrassing moment for the Jamaica Labour Party and the Labourites yesterday. But anyway, Jamaica, it's about to get worse because I heard the government, they use it 2020 for the election that they won and then come back and campaign pan it 2025 and the people of this country bought into the bullshit. Good afternoon, Marie. You see, the people of this country are always, I see one woman come out here, come class with the other day, and I look into it, and I realize that it is truth. The problem with our people is that we do not take the time out to read. Yeah. Because Fairval and the Labourites them come campaign 2020 and deceive we and say there has been no new taxes for them for the past 5 years, 2016 to 2020, and then come back again. Yeah, but you then say once bitten, twice as shot. They come back again with the same narrative. And all when Mama P not debout fi do the checks and balance, we believe in our Marky G. And all when Marky G and Dayton Campbell tell you say no believe the liar them. Then come back with the same no new tax 2025 and no believe in the foolishness. Well, Jamaica, just when you thought you heard it all, I want you to listen to Julian Robinson, kneeling favor Andrew to the cross. Me telling you, say the parliament turn up yesterday, you know, believe me, you know, Jamaica. Listen to how Julian Robinson exposed Andrew Holness and him party. Listen to this, my lovely people.
We've been hearing this misrepresentation that there's been no new tax for 10 years. But then I looked on the minister's chart. So what is in 2016? What is in 2017? Tell the people the truth. So Damian, when you go back to Ty Dixon, I want you to ask your constituent, what can go so? Tell the people the truth.
No, sir. It just keep on coming and coming and coming and coming. Me say them not get no break. Me say Jamaica, it is one thing when you stand up on a podium and a chat and accuse somebody of doing something. But Lord God, when you come with the proof, oh God help you. Me say whoever the team is that put together Julian Robinson's budget speech, Lord, I was soon enough to buy on a hot red stripe. Only deserve a hot red stripe. It was well presented, Jamaica. Eh? Me say, Jamaica, one at the time, me wish me did have the chart. They have, me say the Labourites have up the chart that shows for the past 10 years. They not put no tax on the people. There was a, me say I saw them bold and presumptuous in a Bolo. Me say favor that present and I saw them and nail the PNP to the cross. See there, for the past 10 years, we haven't introduced no new tax. When we put on, we Hey, Mr. When me telling you say my team love me, you know. My team love me, they love me, they love me. Jamaica people no kuya. Just when me ask for this a chart your favor present, you know. Say she a try to embarrass the people's national. Look here in front town. The people them tell we say for the past 10 years, them not introduce one new tax on the people. But when you put on your glasses and you zoom in, see it in front town now, at them win 2016, at them win from 2016, eh? And she make sure use the mark and highlight the orange for the PNP, you know. But I'll know we not see the highlighter in a green. I highlight the years of the Jamaica Labour Party. Kuya in front town now. Looking from the people belonging to the Jamaica Labour Party supposed to be so embarrassed of Favor Williams this afternoon. See then from town, FY mean financial year. See there, financial year 2016, $13 billion tax then take from the people. Remember Favor look fit get 18 billion now in a 2026, you know. And can you imagine then 2016 they might take 13 billion. She never tapped this, so you know. See the next year, the 27, why it say FY, financial year 2017, see the $14 billion the Jamaica Labour Party put on tax on the people. Eh? 14 and 13. $27 billion in taxes. Them put on per UNO in 2 years' time. And them people have the audacity to come. But now no should have turn up in the honorable house, you know. And tell Juliet Holness, say these people they need to sit down for misleading the honorable house. This is misleading the house, you know. This is misleading. Me no know, remember say me no know about the standing finance. Somebody can correct me. When you turn up in the house and I tell lie, and you know the truth and you sit down there and you can back up the truth, you have the right to stand. I want to say point of information. Somebody brief me quickly. Want to say when you realize that somebody have mislead the house. Want to ask for Madam Speaker, want to say to her. There's a famous thing want to say to them, man. Wait there, big up yourself, Father Marcus. Want to say to the speaker when you realize you appeal. I want to stand up in the house and no objection and no court with it. And a point of order. And when the students, they wake up in the class, the students, and make the teacher hairdresser go. Point of order and a point of order. Yeah, you have to bring back the house in order. Favor have deceived the people in the parliament with wrong information. She have misled the parliament. That is it, Radcliffe. One of them should have turned up in here and say a point of order and stop. PNP them, you think they easy, they see the mistake, you know. And then sit down there and they don't say nothing, then don't correct the lady. Then come back the next day. And Lord of mercy, they embarrass the woman. But you said team play, better you did wait until you don't have the floor. I agree. I totally agree. But me I tell you, said this need a point of order to stand up and make Favor know she must retract it. She's misleading the house. See it here in front town of Jamaica, and they were so wicked to use their orange highlighter to highlight the years of the PNP, but they failed to highlight the years of the Jamaica Labour Party. Dishonest, disingenuous, and dishonest. And that is the reason why God Almighty know why them put them back in a office September 3rd. God knew the reason why him put them back in a power. Because what? They have to collapse. They have to collapse. Me say me talk it already, I'm going to talk it again. You see the man when he Mark Jefferson Golding? I've been saying it since local government election. Mark Golding is going to be one of those prime ministers. The most easy walk in parliament is going to be Mark Golding. Because what? The people are going to come to a realization. And they are going to say enough is enough. We see Andrew Holness for exactly who he is and the Jamaica Labour Party. Pierre spin, the woman has spin like gig. I don't understand. How is it that these people could highlight the years of the PNP? Remember them say at the 20-year-old demographic them are reached to, you know, and them are try to shove it. The narrative for the 20-year-olds to dislike and look down on the years of the PNP. But in the same breath, man, where you chastise the PNP years, equally the phone years did the same. So if you call out phone years to man, call it out too. You no fail to call it out, and now today you no left feeling embarrassed. See it in front of you. FY 2016, financial year 2016, $13 billion tax JLP put Pawi. And they never tap this. So the next year, see there, 14 more billion, then take from we. So how you run on a campaign, but no new taxes? You know if you tap tell lie. You know if you tap tell lie. And you gone down a garden house. You gone down a garden house. Gone and propagate the misinformation. Only no have no shame. They have no shame, my people. Absolutely no shame. Absolutely no shame. But Jamaica, the opposition didn't just come and make noise, you know, and show them up. The opposition came with a plan. The opposition PNP had the floor yesterday and they make ample use of the time. We are very proud of Julian Robinson's presentation. Not one news media had something negative to say, and that speak volume. That speak volume, and you have to blame the government because they have opportunities after opportunities. Who remember when Faval came out and give us a taste of what is to come? She come with the tax, the tax plan services. She come with the sweet sugary tax. Remember, she came first, you know, and test us out how we are gonna feel. Right? So everybody thought Faval now would have test the had it been she test the water, she realized that the people them is not for this sugar tax, whatever, them not like the service tax, them not like certain things. She had the chance to change the narrative, but instead Faval do the little tweaking. She come with the budget and present it to the people, knowing damn well said the people refused her first attempt. Eh? Can you imagine? The people of this country, we are very proud of the People's National Party, and we just want to encourage them. I want every single comrade this afternoon to look in on yourself. Don't give up. Not because through we in an opposition, we are doing very well. And we know better. That's why we are going to continue to do better. And we not going to be sidetracked. You don't realize that nothing where the Jamaica Labour Party are doing in the country no prosperous. You don't see say God Almighty have their hand down Palmer Golden. No care how small it is, the little where the PNP get. It is being stretched to make it look like our whole heap of things they do. And the government will have the resources and the money. Nothing where them do and make sense. It's not far reaching. It is not reaching to the people. But the little that is given to the PNP, look and see how God Almighty has stretched the little where we have. I said to the people of Jamaica this afternoon, it may be long, but not forever. Let us give thanks. Mark Golding took the PNP way down and him bring back the party. And for that, we are going to continue to rally with him. He has done well and he has made us proud. Everything you see Mark Golding say and do, it comes from the heart, a very genuine soul. Man, you mean I not sit down with him, you know. I am judging him based on his works. And I am telling you, Mark Golding is someone in which I am well pleased. And the people of this country have beginning to see that they would have made a mistake September 3rd. But God is in control. God is in control, and Father God knew why he put. You think God no know send it I go win back? God knew the reason why no make Mark Golding win September. At them ya seen thing ya. Uno da wa Mark Golding. When me say uno have to fix up back the country ya for Marky G come in come get it. What me say? Uno have to fix back this country. You think I like how you mash up the country and Portia come fix it and you come take it. You have to spend every... When me say opposition, me say you better do the checks and balance. And they better make them have account for every dollar. Every money where they get for the people, they have to spend it out back in the... They have to fix up the country for Marky G. And that me say Peanut and Guava, good afternoon. Reggie, where you say, big up yourself. Jamaica, they have to fix up this country. They have to. They now give Mark Golding no hard work. When he come in a power, we have to fix back this country. So the opposition spokesman on finance, he didn't just come there yesterday and show up the government, you know. He gave some solid solutions. And so Jamaica, when I listen to Julian Robinson speaking on the no new tax and what he had to say about no new tax, it gave us hope. It gave us hope, Jamaica. It gave us so much hope. And so I want you to listen carefully to the plans that the People's National Party propose. You realize that the Labourites them can't say the PNP no come. All of them there's a chat, no plans. None of me say the whole of them silent. When you see all nationwide have to come out and commend the opposition response to the budget. You must know say time really come and there. I wait. Listen to the plans being proposed by Julian Robinson yesterday, Jamaica. Julian speaking on the no new tax to the people. Listen carefully, my people. Listen. Listen carefully. Here we go. Listen carefully.
Now, let me turn to the estimates of expenditure. And I want to start with something simple. A budget is a government's clearest statement of its priorities. So when I listened to the minister's presentation, it did not address the scale of the disaster we face. It read like a budget being business as usual, which cannot be right when there are thousands of Jamaicans who lost their homes, their businesses, farms, livestock, and everything that they work for. I want to turn to look at the revenue measures announced by the government. And I particularly, before I get into the economics, I want to start with the people, because that is where the conversation belongs. There's Miss Margaret in Sablamar, who lost her entire shop in Melissa. She has been borrowing to restock, but she's not back to where she started. There is James in Montego Bay who runs a small transport business. His vehicle was damaged. He's still paying to fix it, but he's not yet back on his feet. Madam Speaker, there are hundreds more who were affected by the hurricane who are not back to where they were before. They will now pay more on their grocery bills when they go to the supermarket, because the government has chosen to impose a new tax package of $18 billion. Madam Speaker, increasing the burden on ordinary Jamaicans, average Jamaicans, through higher taxes is not the right call at this time. And we on this side do not support it. If we were at the wicket, we would have played a different shot. When an economy is contracting, meaning it is slowing down, raising taxes is a pro-cyclical response. What that means in practice is that you are applying pressure in the same direction as the problem rather than against it. The economy is already shrinking. The tax base has weakened, first by 10 years of low growth under this administration, and then by the hurricane. Businesses are earning less, households are spending less, and the government's chosen response is to extract more revenue from an already financially stressed population. That does not sustainably address the fiscal challenge. You are compounding the economic problem. The more appropriate response in these circumstances is what is termed counter-cyclical. And what does that mean? You push against the slowdown in the economy. You stimulate activity and create the conditions for the tax base to recover organically. A growing economy generates more revenue over time than any package of new taxes that are imposed on the people who are already struggling to stay afloat after the hurricane. And beyond the timing, Madam Speaker, there's a real question of who carries the burden of these tax packages. The measures which were announced by the minister all fall disproportionately on those with low incomes, including the elderly, the very people who are still struggling to recover from Melissa. Madam Speaker, now let me turn to the estimates of expenditure. And I would...
There you go, people. There you go. He offers several plans. Several plans was implemented or offered by the opposition. Here is what he even offered them. The implementation of an electronic invoicing system for tax. And it have everything to do with the TAJ. Implementing an electronic invoicing system is estimated to generate an additional 8.6 billion in tax revenue through improved tax compliance. This is not a new tax. So the JLP want take $18 billion. Look how quick and fast Julian find remedy for 8.6 billion. How much left? Not 10. Eh? Who no want take 18 billion from the people who are suffer from the hurricane we still not recover yet. And look how the man just wheel and come quick. Eh? $8.6 billion cut down already. Because him have the brain to think. He has the brain to think. He even spoke on the digital services. And what she have to say about digital services. Jamaica, I want you now to listen carefully to what Julian have to say, right? About digital services tax. Listen carefully.
I want to turn to the digital services tax because the minister's presentation on Tuesday left us with more questions than answers. When this measure was first announced, the reasonable assumption shared by many persons was that the tax would apply to subscriptions, for example, Netflix, Spotify, those streaming and digital services. That was a natural reading of a digital services tax and what obtains in many other jurisdictions that have implemented it. But from what the minister said on Tuesday, it appears that the intention is different. It seems that the tax will apply to goods purchased online from platforms like Amazon, Temu, and Shein. Now, Madam Speaker, if that is indeed what is being proposed, then a serious question arises. Because that government 2 years ago made a very deliberate policy decision to raise the threshold on online purchases, increasing the custom duty exemption from 50 to 100 US and from $500 to $1,000 for persons traveling into the country. That was a conscious choice to reduce the cost burden to Jamaicans, and it was met with huge applause. Now, the digital services tax seems to be working against that relief. This inconsistency needs to be explained. You cannot, on the one hand, increase the threshold to give consumers a break, and then on the other hand, you take back what you have just extended. And so the minister said in her presentation that local retailers are feeling the pressure from online shopping. So the obvious question is, if that was the case, why then did the government 2 years ago increase the threshold to provide the relief, to now take it back from the persons who you are providing relief? And beyond the inconsistency, there is a practical question of how this is going to be implemented. How are the taxes going to be collected? Who is going to be responsible for remitting it? What is the mechanism for enforcement across hundreds and thousands of transactions from foreign platforms? The minister owes the House an explanation. She has been here twice, and I must say, having spoken twice, it is as confusing as it was before. As to exactly...
You heard that, Jamaica? So that was one of the first tax that the Jamaica Labour Party favor came to the nation with. And you hear the opposition rebuttal? You hear the opposition rebuttal. At first, people think of Netflix and Spotify and whatever got tax, you know. All of a sudden, favor change our mouth. And when you use your card for do your little shopping, buy one piece of clothes, because you can't afford it out here. Me see places that sell things in a them store for $10,000-$15,000. And when you go online pan Timo, $8, $4, $10 US. But yet still them have it out here and sell the same thing. For 10 and 15,000. And favor like ball. Say people, small business, a ball. And uno come up with the measure. And now that poor people are make use of the measure. Uno want to tax them. Uno want to tax them. In Bolo, come on now. Imagine that them give the people them the little tax break, you know, and raise the threshold. Normally, if you bring in anything less than 150 US worth of goods, they make you go on with it in your suitcase. And them, because they want the vote, you know, they up it now to 100. Remember, it was Mark Golding who first decided to raise the threshold to 150 US dollar. That means you could have shopped till you drop. As long as you buy anything that come in your suitcase and it's less than $150, you wouldn't pay nothing at customer airport. And what the former finance minister name, him decide, say him a go run with it. This a plan too nice for the PNP implement. And instead of giving what Mark Golding suggests, 150, him arrive at 100. And you mean to tell me, say them a complain 2 years later? Then post them when raise it to the 150 with Mark Golding first. It shows that these people knows nothing about the economy. Nigel Clark came up and put it at 100. All because Mark Golding first offered it. See, the Marky G first said the $50 went too low, put it at 150. Well, and they see Tara call me. Well, and they make her bring up T-Play. When you see T-Play call, you know, say something T a come with now, you know.
Hello?
Hey, T.
Oh, you're so nice. What the afternoon not for nice, so? No, sir.
Yes.
No, sir. What a vibes. I love it. No, you're right. Marky G did propose it in 2022.
All right.
Him did say the $50 too low, and a lot of persons, especially younger people, are shopping online. They're buying from that time. Remember, Fashion Nova did a run it hot.
Yes.
Shein, and everybody did a send me cat, and I send them man them cat figure, clear them cat and them something there. And him say, you know, it's too low. Because what people did at NAPA fair do is you do a like a 48 here, then you do 1 second, buy another. So they were working their way around the $50. Right? And him going there, and when it blow up online now, and them see the whole heap of people say, yes, Marky G, this we talk, this we want, this we need. Then come back and say, no, him at the 100.
Wow.
But make me think about it. You still paying? They're acting like you're not paying anything. You're paying a customs duty. You're still paying that. You end up you pay a shipping fee, so the shipping businesses are making off of it as well.
That's right.
So it is not like Jamaican businesses are not benefiting because you're paying the shipping companies, the ship me, the mail packs, the this, the that, for bringing your rocket ship and them people for bringing your things. You're paying your customs duty on it. So why all of a sudden? You know why? I don't think them know how to tax this digital thing, Them not
They
have a clue,
don't. They don't. They just hear something beautiful a go on in our next country and they want to bring it come here and not study it.
Them don't study it.
Yep.
Them not do no research, none at all. You see how Julian research him thing to the bone?
That's right.
Them just always with this gimmicks, headline. When you dig past the surface, nothing underneath. It come in like a pretty girl with no brains. No, dead serious. It come in like that, like really good look or a nice looking man. And when you sit down and talk, you just said, Jesus Christ. Me wish them did keep them mouth shut. Nothing there. Nothing is there. What is the benefit in the budget? I want, like, you can't have a little panel. I'm trying to understand. And when I hear Julian say it yesterday, I really don't know I don't know what's proposed. I don't know. I know them want tax soft drink, but that don't even make sense.
Yeah.
You say you tax sugar drinks, and again, you come with a headline, oh, we care about the people. Oh, we diabetes. Oh, non-communicable disease. We don't want Jamaicans. But you're not taxing the amount of sugar in the actual beverage. You're just taxing the size of the bottle.
True.
So how is that reducing sugar content? Because it doesn't matter. A diet drink could be the same size with less sugar. It's still going to get the same tax.
That is right.
Nothing is making sense. You're taxing digital. How? How you going to tax it? How you going to tax somebody who is online watching them Amazon Prime or somebody that is online watching their YouTube? How you going to tax? How? Because you can't explain it. You shift now and say, okay, make we go tax the online shopping.
Yes. It's crazy.
It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense.
Didn't think it through.
Nothing them over there them doing make no sense. Same thing with Andrew. Andrew said, oh, no, PNP, NHT, I'm going to change it. If I'm Prime Minister, I'm going to put it back. You must ring fence it. It cannot be used. This is the people's money. Him come in, him extend it 2 times. But when him get up there and I shout and Karen, he doesn't say, I extended the life of this twice.
True. Him ridicule the PNP.
But yet still put in legislation to extend it 2 different times. It was supposed to end. That was the point. It was a short-term measure to fix the mess they created.
That's right.
But if I extend, where's that 114 billion going? Then they want to take out the next 57, call it 60 billion. Where are the houses? Every year I'm capping, 70,000, we're close to it, we're almost there. I'll know them can't reach a 70,000. Then at 50,000, them can't reach a 50,000. I don't know, genuinely, I don't think they've reached 15,000 houses.
I agree.
And then the house, if them not flood out, them a crumble. Root vent flood all, gone up to the first. I'm so sorry for the persons that bought in there, I'm not laughing at you. But I'm saying, it not build good, them carry wash way underground. Them apartment full up of water.
It's crazy. It's all a deception. Headline.
The ones in a mobile blow away, crumble down. The wall come in like paper mache.
Yup.
One next one in a I think it's Titchfield somewhere around there, full up of mold.
An estuary. Crumbled for real.
And it's brand new.
Brand new home. Just came on stream.
Remember the big deal they make out of it?
Can I tell you?
Ribbon cutting. Remember them I cut ribbon for everything that time there now?
And he even did a comparison how much these houses are nothing like PNP Operation Pride, and PNP Operation House still standing
It stand
strong
up stiff.
20 years later.
Stand up right there, so. And people
Exactly.
paid like must $3 million. 5 million.
Thank you.
Them get nice piece of land house. Them house still standing.
There you go. It's an embarrassment. And the people that take time to find out what go on.
Well, at 1 p.m. them say. That's it. But we see how it's pan out. Later.
All right, darling. Cool. As Tara say at 1 p.m., but now it's 3:23. Class nice this afternoon. I want to thank everybody for sticking around. I just have 2 more points, and then me make gonna go enjoy on a weekend. Don't forget I'll be on tomorrow, a whole weekend something, Me not have no class this week, and me have a lot of catching up to do. So class I keep tomorrow equally Sunday. Alright, cause we have to beat the whole weekend. I've been missing for this week. Now so it go Sexy Princess. Big up yourself, Jack Kingston. Always I support the thing. I appreciate your presence. Babsy, what they go on? Now Jamaica, so that was the digital service tax. So here Julian come and expound on it. The next thing where Favor come up with is that she want to raise $10 billion from the people for the tax levy on the sugary drinks. So she want to make $10 billion, from the sweet beverage them. Listen to what Julian Robinson have to say about the Jamaica Labour Party taxing the sweet beverages. Listen carefully, Jamaica.
Madam Speaker, I want to address the 10 billion levy on sugary drinks specifically because the government has justified it as a public health measure. And that justification deserves examination. And let me say from the outset, we share the concern about the impact of sugar on the population and how that is impacting our healthcare system. The level of sugar consumption is a genuine concern and deserves serious policy attention. However, where we part with the government is what is being prescribed as the solution to that problem. If the primary concern is about reducing sugar outcomes, the government has more effective tools that can be used to do so. The government can mandate local manufacturers and importers to reformulate their products so that sugar content is reduced in those products and provide a time frame by which those manufacturers and importers do so, because it will obviously require some time to reformulate their what they produce. This would reduce the amount of sugar people consume, and the government can do that. Now, I want to look at the assumptions behind this tax. The government is imposing the taxes on an assumption that there would be no reduction in the consumption of these drinks. The government anticipates to get $10 billion from consumption alone, which means that they do not believe that there will be health benefits from this new tax. Because if there was, there would be a reduction in consumption. And the reality that we find, Madam Speaker, is that the persons who consume these drinks do so not because they're not concerned about the sugar content, but the reality is that the alternatives are outside of their reach, whether it be natural juices, coconut water, or other things. So many of them are doing it not because they have a choice, but quite frankly, given their disposable income, they do not have a choice. Right? And without providing options which are healthy at a reasonable cost, all this tax will do is add a financial burden to those persons, many of whom are at the lowest end of the economic ladder. So, Madam Speaker, We do not believe this measure, apart from raising revenues, will have any desired impact on reducing consumption and increasing the health outcomes. The government also has other options. The government is one of the largest providers through the school feeding program to children. The government needs to ensure that what it provides meets the adequate and proper nutritional content for students. Many of whether it's the cherry malt or the Bolo or what is provided, is not consistent with reducing sugar. So if we want to meet the health outcomes, let us start as government with how we formulate the products that are sent to our schools. Yes. And we would have the desired outcome of reducing sugar in the level of sugar that is consumed.
You hear that, Jamaica? When you say thin slice, JLP is a Nyama food government. Lifeline, no, easy, you know. Big up on yourself. But I wonder if you hear the solid response from the opposition spokesman on finance. Favor, no know what she has say. You can't tell me, don't get me wrong, Jamaican. This is the stance from the People's National Party. Everybody wants a healthy country. Nobody is complaining about sugar intake. They must intake less sugar. We all know that. But how is it that the government make it be like it's a health issue? Why them attack sweet beverage? But yet still, them hope to collect $10 billion from sweet beverage tax. If you don't want to do something where health is concerned, you wouldn't tax the poorest of the poorest sweet beverage. No. And I like say people now want to drink healthy juice, but we cannot afford it. So why they never come up with a plan where either them are go less the cost for these Welch. Remember, I know anybody can go buy them grape mops and Welch this, and we hang with basket where we can reach it. Who can afford we syrup? The whole we are drink syrup from we are baby and we reach manhood now and we not dead. No for we no have no diabetes and a syrup and them we drink. We no have the money for you go in a supermarket go take out no gallon of Mott's juice or no gallon of grape this and apple this, and we no have it. And these drinks are so expensive. This so-called what you call it, natural drinks, so you just say would give you the little health benefit. The people them cannot afford it. So the little which are them can afford the little sweet drinks, I eat them a tax for further burden down poor people. We want to thank the opposition for standing in the gap of the poor. Well, we are going to see if the Jamaica Labour Party care about poor people, because up to now, not one of favor proposal them no stand up, Everyone, Julian shoot down and replace them with a better alternative, So we want to see next week when them are present for them round 2 to the budget. We want to see if them are going to adhere to what Julian Robinson proposed. Because nothing what favor say makes sense, Nothing what favor say makes sense. And the final tax what favor talk about is the environment levy tax. I don't know if you don't hear about it, but them want put levy on some environment tax. And I want you to listen to Julian Robinson response to the levy tax that favor proposed. Listen kindly, people.
The name of the tax suggests that the cash flows from it will be directed towards environmental production, towards protecting our coastlines, our watersheds, our forests, the very natural infrastructure that Melissa reminded us we cannot afford to neglect. But the money goes straight into the consolidated fund. None of it is ring-fenced for specific environmental purposes. So we have a levy collecting money in the name of the environment, but it is not dedicated to the protection of the environment. It's simply another revenue source. And as with the sugary drinks tax, it's not the importer or the manufacturer who is the one who will ultimately pay the price. The cost will get passed ultimately down to the consumer with no corresponding benefit to the environment. So, Madam Speaker, when I look at what is being proposed with both the sugary tax and the environmental levy, it is simply inflationary because the cost of the costs are going to drive up prices in the economy, and the burden is going to be felt by those who can least afford it. In examining the package that was tabled by the government, what I only can come to a conclusion on is that they recognized there was a revenue gap and they had to find the easiest way to fill it. The measures are not calibrated to protect the most vulnerable. They are not designed around the specific circumstances of a post-hurricane economy. They are simply revenue measures which impact the poor the most.
There you have it. Solid response, solid rebuttals to favor tax measures. Now, we anticipate the leader of the opposition. I think he will be reading his budget contribution on Tuesday of next week. So we are looking forward to that. And then I think Andrew will present Thursday. And then the following week, Favor wrap up the budget. So we have some interesting days ahead. And equally, how we look forward to Julian Robinson, City Play reminding us that Comrade Leader Golding, Party Leader presentation is on the 17th. So we want every single Jamaican, don't wait for me or the bloggers them come and present things to Uno. Get in the groove of participating in nation building. Uno must be more aware. So that's when Uno hear the Labourites them a try to contradict Uno and tell lie on the social media. Uno can run them where I say a lie. Uno tell I heard it for myself. So come the 17th of March, Mark Jefferson Golding, it will be his time to contribute to the budget. And no doubt Julian Robinson did well. We have all the confidence in our party leader. He will equally do well as well. So that's it for me this afternoon, Jamaica. As I wrap up the program, I want to thank everybody for participating. But I could not leave without making mention of the member for Southeast St. Catherine. We saw how rude and disgusting the member for Denham Town was in the house. And of course, Dr. Dawes is human. He would have snapped. And while I don't see anything wrong, because I'm not telling no lies, it rubbed him the wrong way. And as the gentleman he is, he offered his apology.
Yeah, man,
but I honestly
Dawes.
never seen nothing wrong with it. Desmond Figa him yard.
Yes.
He's an elder for true. And him having Grand Pitney at home to go look the hours at night, 10, 11:30 at night, him sit down in a committee meeting. Go on home to your grandchildren instead of in there being rude. Because knowing the member for Southeast St. Catherine, Dr. Dawes is a very respectful man. He would have never responded in the way he did had it not been he was provoked. Is it right? No. Does Desmond deserve it? Absolutely. But we welcome his apology, but I one thing we can tell you now. You can't say nothing for we eat Dr. Dawes. You could never make we eat for we Dr. Dawes. It shows the caliber of a man he is to apologize.
Talk about it.
And so Jamaica, we say kudos to the member for Southeast St. Catherine,
that is it.
Dr. Alfred Dawes, who issued his apology for speaking in such a manner to the elder Desmond Mackenzie, the member for Denham Town. So as we wrap up Jamaica, we take you out with the apology from Dr. Alfred Dawes. Listen kindly.
During the Standing Finance Committee of Parliament last week, I made a remark during a heated exchange with Minister Desmond Mackenzie Mackenzie. That remark referred to his age, and although I privately apologized to him, which he accepted, I still think that it is necessary to offer a public apology, as it was out of character and it is not following the principle that I subscribe to of first do no harm. It clearly upset him, and that was not the intention. Such exchanges, he told me, were really a part of the cut and thrust of Parliament, and I guess I will just have to learn not to replicate that and be measured in my responses. The second reason why I am offering this public apology is that it is a fact that Minister Mackenzie's grandson and my own son are not just classmates but friends, and I think that it set a bad example, and I would not want it to affect them or anyone else who would be looking on at the parliamentary proceedings. So again, I'm offering my unreserved and unqualified apologies to Mr. Mackenzie.
Apology accepted, Dr. Das. Then can't make we hate you. What me say? Them cannot make we, the people, hate you. We accept your apology, sir. Full speed ahead, and we're moving on. Jamaica, this is where I have to leave it for this afternoon.
Yeah, man, big up Drebrian, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure that you go over to the page and make sure someone go follow him on Insta and TikTok. Alright, to the page, yeah? Sorry. Make sure you follow him on TikTok, ladies and gentlemen. Alright? Yeah, man. He say all weekend him have class, because you know a whole heap of team going to Julian Robinson. If you're not yet subscribed to this platform over here on Bolo VNR 2.0 or Bolo VNR clips, you know, I encourage you to do so. Right there on your screen is all the pages I have on YouTube. Once you see those pictures, you know it's me, and the name right there, all the names are there, so you know it's verified. Once I change anything, I will alter this picture and be sure to let you know what's happening. Alright, my good people. Alright, this has been a long one, but it was very informative and entertaining at the same time. That's the reason why I usually, you know, do this and record these live streams when I get a chance to, because Drebrian breaks it down like how Drebrian breaks it down. You understand? We owe him do it. It definitely is going to edify some people and read some people. You know, so every teacher, so to speak, teaches in a different way. And I value the contribution that he gives from his platform. Alright? Get this video to 2,000 likes, ladies and gentlemen. Get this video to 2,000 likes. See you on the next one, alright? Big up on yourself.